Let's play hide and go seek. Close your eyes until I tell you to open them. Seriously, or it won't be fun. Okay, close them. Okay, you can open them now. Will you be my friend forever?
The outer envelope from the ballot. The ballot's anonymous.
Does he have props?
Again. So even if we go back and we find some of the signatures that are wrong or phony ones or whatever.
Understand what they've come up with. It's almost genius what they've come up with, because if this is their story, and as Rudy says, you can't ever undo that, the only way really is to do a new election, right? Because once you've separated the inner and I did this when I voted absentee in Massachusetts, when you separate the inner envelope from the outer envelope, and let me just keep an eye on this press conference just to see, okay, it still hasn't started. When you separate the inner envelope, if you can't undo that, you don't actually know, like, you don't even know how many ballots need to be reconnected, and thus the only, like, if we grant them that this is what took place, the only real way is you throw out every single ballot in Pennsylvania and you start over. Like, I don't even understand another way that you could remedy that. Of course, there's no evidence that they presented that what they're alleging took place. Let's just listen to just a tiny bit more.
We'll be able to link it to a ballot. So the only remedy the court has is to just cancel out those votes, which they've done in Pennsylvania in the Ross case. So Pennsylvania has, in fact, reversed an election based on absentee irregularities. There's no bigger absentee irregularity than failure to observe the ballot.
Now, what's really important to understand is Rudy is talking about 700,000 ballots, right? And when you hear about 700,000 and you go and you look at the result, you say, wait a second. So the margin in Pennsylvania is now, what is that, 38 and 35? That's about 72,900 ballots roughly, it looks like. 700,000 ballots, that would easily overturn a margin of 72,000 because 700,000 is roughly 10 times bigger. Okay, good. But when you look at what's actually been placed before a court, they're talking about, here we go now, tranches of like 40,000 ballots, some fraction of which would be for one candidate, and some fraction of which would be for the other candidate. So just to do some quick math, let me see if I can do this. Imagine that you have, just to make the numbers simple, let's imagine you identified a tranche of 50,000 ballots, right? Which went 60-40 for Biden. So of this 50,000 ballot tranche, you had 30K Biden and 20K Trump. So in this 50,000 vote tranche, Biden was plus 10K. Imagine that you go through all 40,000.
I got all these killers on me, granny pray for how I'm living.